During a family holiday, I heard my 11-year-old daughter screeching help from her hotel room. I leaped out of bed, then sprinted down the hallway fast as I could and threw my shoulder into her door until it opened. The second it did, my eyes went wide. My stepson Colton was leaning over Gracie's bed. One of his hands was pressing her head into the pillow and forced her down. The other hand was holding an air horn inches from her ear, the kind of air horn known to rupture eardrums. Gracie was thrashing beneath him, kicking, clawing, but she's 11 and he's 16. She was helpless. "What are you doing?" I yelled at Colton. His eyes found mine. No panic, no guilt, just a smirk. "Relax," he said. "I'm just proving a point." I took a step forward. He pressed down harder on her head and brought the horn closer. One more step and her eardrum goes boom. I froze. Gracie has been deaf since birth. That was supposed to change in 5 days. Cochlear implant surgery. She'd finally be able to hear, finally be able to feel normal. Last month, Gracie typed something on her tablet and handed it to me. I'll never forget the words. "Will Colton be nicer to me after I can hear?" I just hugged her. She typed again. "Maybe if I can talk like a normal person, he'll stop hating me." That's what she believed, that she was the problem. If she could fix herself, Colton would finally accept her. But Colton hated Gracie since the day I married his father, Keith. 2 years of Colton's cruelty and 2 years of Keith making excuses for him. This vacation was supposed to be a celebration. 4 days at the beach before surgery. But from the moment we arrived, Colton made it about her deafness. Day 1, he told Gracie, deaf people shouldn't even go on holidays. Day 2, he grabbed her tablet and typed, "The surgery is going to fail. You'll be deaf forever." Day 3, he cornered her by the pool and said, "Even if the surgery works, your voice is going to sound so ugly nobody will want to hear you talk." Every time I told Keith, every single time he made excuses. And now it was day 4, and Colton had an air horn pressed to Gracie's ear. "Put it down, Colton," I said. "Right now." He tilted his head and smiled at me. "Make me." Then he pressed the trigger. The sound exploded through the room, so loud I flinched from 10 feet away. My hands flew up to cover my ears on instinct. Gracie's body jerked hard beneath him. Then she went completely still and started screaming. Not a fake scream, a primal scream of pure agony. Her hands flew to her ear. Pools of blood started running through her fingers, dripping onto the white hotel pillow. Colton stepped back from the bed. He looked at his hands. He looked at her. Then he smiled. "I knew it," he said. "Did you see that? Did you see her flinch?" Gracie was curled up on the bed sobbing. Blood was running down her neck and soaking into her shirt. Colton didn't stop. "I told you she was faking," he yelled toward the hallway. "Dad, come! Here! I proved it! She can hear!" Gracie was bleeding from her ear, and Colton was celebrating like he'd won a trophy. Something inside me snapped. I crossed the room, grabbed Colton by the ear, and twisted hard enough to turn it red. "Ow! Let go of me! You think this is funny? You think ruining her life is funny?" He squirmed and kicked, but I didn't let go, twisting until I saw it turn purple. The door suddenly burst open behind me. Keith stood in the doorway. He saw me gripping his son. Colton crying. "Get your hands off my son!" Here we go, I thought. Another excuse. "Dad!" Colton's face lit up even through the tears. "Dad, I proved it. I used the air horn." Keith started marching towards me. Then he stopped. His eyes landed on Gracie, her curled into a ball, hands pressed against her ear, bleeding and crying from pain. I watched his face change in real time. Confusion, denial, his brain trying to find the excuse that made Colton innocent. His eyes dropped to the air horn on the carpet, then back to Colton's face. "What happened?" His voice came out flat and dead. "Dad, I proved she's faking. Watch, I can do it again and—" "What happened?" The smile slid off Colton's face. "He used an air horn," I said, directly in her ear. Keith turned to face his son. "Is that true?" "I was just proving—" "Is that true?" Silence. "Yes. But Dad," she flinched. "That means she can— her surgery is in 5 days." Keith's voice was barely a whisper now. "You knew that." "Nothing. She's been saving since she was 7, mowing lawns every summer." "You knew that too." Colton's lips started trembling. "I just wanted things to go back to normal, before she came, when it was just us." Keith stared at him for a long time. When he finally spoke, his voice was cold. "Get out of this room." He paused. "When we get home, you're living with your mother." "I'm done." "Dad, I'm done." Hotel security showed up first, then the police. At the hospital, they told us Gracie couldn't get her cochlear implant. We needed surgery for the ruptured eardrum first. $21,000. We didn't have that kind of money, but Keith sold Colton's car to pay for it. Said it's the least he could do. Now 1 year later, Colton just got abandoned by his mom, and Gracie just had the cochlear implant done.